Okay, I thought I'd make a short video just showing you a few options for securing your Hennessy hammock to a tree that avoids the undesirable process of tying heaps of knots every time you need to make an adjustment in the length. Now, as you would know, all the trees are different lengths apart, different distances. Trying to find some that match up can be a bit of a challenge. So I've replaced my cord that is supplied with the Hennessy hammock with what's called a whoopee sling. Made it myself. If you Google or search in YouTube for whoopee sling, there's plenty of instructions on how to make it. And basically it's involves putting a loop through the Dyneema and back through itself, which gives you a sliding, what they call a sliding berry. And I've allowed myself 2 meters of adjustment each end on this sliding berry. So it's just a matter of pulling the loop through itself, and then when the pressure is applied back on, it tightens up and locks. So I've essentially got 4 meters of adjustment on my whoopee sling. So I can use whatever tree spacing I like between, say, 3.5, 4 meters to 6 to 8 meters without having to tie and untie knots. Now then the challenge becomes, how do you make that fixing and adjustment without using knots? If you've been using the traditional Hennessy supplied cords on the end of your hammock, one suggested option is to use a couple of these climbing rings, and that does work pretty well, but you do pay a weight penalty. And you can see the two of these are 69 grams. You need 2 each end, a pair, to make them work, so you're talking about close to 140 grams of additional weight. And I use a Hyperlite hammock, so we're talking a hammock weight of 700 grams and 140 grams just for these 2 rings to fix it to the tree. So not acceptable to me. Once I put my whoopee slings on the hammock, I then went to a couple of climbing rated carabiners, total weight 93 grams. That's a very fast option for attaching the tree, but once again, you're carrying close to 100 grams of extra weight, which, when you consider that the hammock weighs 700 grams itself, why would you want to carry that extra weight if you're trying to get your backpack down as light as possible for an extended hunt? So the option that I've settled on is a couple of what they call soft shackles. Now, they're made of the same Dyneema that the whoopee sling is made of. It's 4mm. The rated breaking strain on this is 1500 kilos, and they're relatively simple to make. There's plenty of YouTube videos. If you just Google soft shackle or search soft shackle in YouTube, it essentially means making the same slip knot by threading the Dyneema back through itself and tying a golf ball type knot in one end. And all you do is place this through your whoopee sling around your tree strap, and then put the little golf ball loop through here, thread this back over itself, which closes the loop up, and then bingo, you have a really secure fastening that weighs 2.5 to 3 grams each. They never failed me. I've tested them on several occasions now. I was a little bit skeptical at first because it doesn't seem to be a lot holding this, but my experience has shown that it actually works really well. And when you build these little soft shackles, you put a little loop in the base of, or partway down the cord that slides through the center of the Dyneema to make the loop, and that allows you to pull this open and get it undone easily. So really highly recommend this. Takes up no space. If you replace your existing hammock suspension cord with Dyneema, you cut the weight drastically, you cut the space, and then by constructing a couple of soft shackles out of Dyneema, you have a fastening mechanism that is super light, super strong, and easy to use. You can buy the Dyneema. There's a couple of Australian road distributors that supply this, and it's not that expensive. So you're probably talking $15 to $20 to fit out your hammock with a whoopee sling each end, and a couple of soft shackles. So if you're looking to save those precious grams in your backpack and you're using a hammock system, go for the soft shackle and the whoopee sling.